So, guys, this is my review for Attack on Titan Season 1, Episode 24. And with that, guys, let's dive right into this review of Episode 24. Let's get it. So, I brought this up in my reaction to Episode 24, where I just was basically talking about, because I brought this up at the end of Episode 23, where I was sort of assuming, like, because at the end of the episode, literally towards the end of Episode 23, that Eren seemingly seemed like he didn't know what was really going on. Like there was like a small percentage of him feeling like there was nothing really going on, but that's not the case at all, because here in episode 24 we get the round table basically where they're just talking about just the main thing that they want to do, filling Eren in on their possible suspect and what they, the plan and where they're going to be heading to, what they're going to be doing, and getting, basically getting Ani under in the underground tunnel to where they can be able to do what they need to do to attempt to try to capture her and stop her. But again, like I said in my reaction in episode 24, and even here in this video, that this was my assumption, but that's not the case again, because they're actually filling Eren in here. Now, with that, Eren, of course, is definitely shocked at the information that he's gaining. And I even mentioned this too, where I was talking about how I'm still a little bit shocked that they gave us the reveal of who the female Titan was literally in episode 23 in the last episode, prior to episode 24. I was sort of hoping that we'd have gotten that reveal, like a build up into a little bit more, maybe a few episodes, maybe maybe a little bit closer to episode 30 or around episode 30. But at the same time, it's all good, just because they felt like that it was best that we got the reveal in episode 23, and then we get what we get here in episode 24. So it's all good. So, but I did indeed enjoy the fact that they did fill in Eren on what was going to happen and everything. But of course, that ties into how Eren's going to react to Ani and her transformation and all of that moving forward. And so, of course, with Eren trying to transform and he can't, we know that Eren needs a specific goal that he has to set his mind to, so that he can indeed transform. But at the same time, Mikasa is trying to give him the realization of, look, dude, like, she tells him, like, look, like, all this information is put in front of you, and on the fact that that it's not only true, but you actually see it physically for yourself, with your own eyes, to see that Ani is indeed the one that is the spy, the female Titan. All of that combined, you're still not, in your mind, you still don't want to believe it, and it's still kind of tough because of the simple fact that, and like that's the weird thing too, guys. Is like, it's not like, I kind of find it interesting because it's not like it's Mikasa or Armin. It's not his really close friends, right? It's a young lady who he met on the, randomly. A young lady who, well, not so much randomly. Of course, she's a plant, right? But still, it's just like, it's a young lady that is a part of the 104, right? So, he views her as an important person, but to me, I look at it like, like, all this information, I'm literally siding on Mikasa. Like, all this information is, again, it's not like it's Mikasa. It's not like it's Armin. It's it's Ani. It's somebody who you've only had but so much interaction with, and you're still not believing what's in your eyes and what's in front of you. I understand it's a part of the class that you were a part of, but the main people in your corner are the two people that are next to you, sitting next to you under this, in this underground tunnel, trying to help you and get you to understand that we need you to do your thing and transform into this Titan. So I definitely can agree with Mikasa on, dude, like, you got to get your head in the game, get out of your way so that you can be able to do what you need to do, and transform into this Titan. So it's just, that's definitely a great thing that Mikasa was basically in his ear and telling him, like, look, get out of your head, focus, and let's do this. Otherwise, again, they decided to just move away. Again, because they decided to move away from him, that sort of kind of helped them get out of the way of him transforming But again, at that, with the rubble and stuff on top of him, and him getting a piece of that wood stuck on his right shoulder or whatever, pectoral side of his chest, that that too is a part of the issue of him transforming. So, yeah, but I definitely did indeed enjoy this spot here in episode 24. Now, I want to talk about this briefly within the next roughly, hopefully, 60 seconds. Now, this spot here with Niall and his crew and them trying to figure out what's going on, and they basically were out of the loop on what's going on. And of course, they didn't believe in hearing that there was a Titan within within this part of the side of the wall, right? That they he ends up like basically having him and his men point their guns at Erwin here, and he basically says like what you're doing is going against the crown, which I also found funny that Levi's response is basically saying like from how stupid your brain is operating, it seems to me like it doesn't really connect, or something about his beard, like it was just something that I just found real funny. But I found it very interesting that he decided to do this and stop Erwin. Like, dude, like you recognize the explosion, you know there's something wrong, but you decide to stop the commander here in his place and tracks and tell him that it's treason and stuff like that. I kind of found that very just like not a cool thing to do, because it's kind of go time right now, and it's we need all hands on deck, so I found it interesting he decided to do this in the spot for 30 something seconds, that basic time was wasted where they could have been heading in the direction he'd head. Plus on the with that, because Erwin decided to grab his gear and gear up to go out and fight. So I was hyped for that. I was ready to see Erwin back on the battlefield. So I just found this spot really interesting that they placed here and now decided to do this, which was just interesting, was funny, but just something that you shouldn't be looking to do when you know that there obviously is danger going on not that far from where you're stationed at right here. So very interesting spot here in episode 24. And so with everything that transpired here in episode 24, I did indeed enjoy it. I definitely I like I was saying at the end of episode 24, my reaction, I was saying like I had a feeling that they were gonna have Eren transform at the end. It was more so like past the middle where I just had that feeling, and basically walking me into episode 25, which is fine. So it's just one of those things where I was just like, they're gonna more than likely have him. Like once I got a little bit past the middle of the episode, I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, more than likely gonna have him transform into the Titan at the end, and of course have the hit me with the cliffhanger cheese, right? So, but all in all, with that, Eren struggling to get himself right. He kept having kept having different pieces of buildings falling on top of him and stuff like that. Just really, and then of course this piece sticking in his shoulder and stuff, like just chest or whatever the case. Just like but it did indeed force him to transform, and at that he transformed without even biting his finger, thumb or whatever. He transformed on his own willingly. So just great different way to transform too. So I think this is like the second time this happened where he didn't bite his hand or whatever. He just automatically just does it. So, but all in all, I enjoyed episode 24, guys. What did you all think of episode 24 when you first sat down to watch it for the first time? Leave some comments in the comment section below. Let's talk about some things we feel up to it, and I will hopefully talk to you all next time with more Attack on Titan Season 1. Peace, guys.